Coming up on Up at Noon, we've got a hot look at the new LEGO Dimensions sets. Wonder Woman might have stolen a hamburger chain's logo, and the new Megazords look cool, I guess? Kind of? All that and more right now on Up at Noon. Before you say anything, I know that the Megazord is the culmination of all the Zords. That was just a flub that I did. I didn't mean to say
It's
that.
fine. You know what?
I know the singular Zords become one Megazord.
Here's the thing. Life, it's a long road, and you got to pick which towns you want to turn the car into. And that's not one of them.
You can turn a car into a town?
Yeah.
That's incredible.
You can live
Hello,
anywhere
everybody.
you want.
Welcome to Up at Noon. We're back once again, somehow. In spite of all odds, we keep doing it. Up at Noon is a weekly comedy variety show where we talk about kind of all the stuff that got stuck in the couch cushions over the last week, in a pop culture sense.
Yep.
Sometimes in a literal sense. I'm Max Scoville. This is Brian Altano.
Hey, baby.
You can watch Up at Noon on all sorts of different things and platforms and stuff. IGN.com, the IGN PS4 and Xbox One apps, Roku app, Apple TV app, Twitch.tv/IGN, Facebook, the IGN one, and probably some guys who are pirating us, and of course YouTube.com/IGN. Last week I made a joke about how you can watch it on smart fridges if you hack them. A bunch of people went to like the local electronics store and took photos of smart fridges.
The local electronics store.
Yeah, they're
Best Buy.
the old mom and pop electronics stuff.
Yeah, if you're in a Best Buy just rooting around or whatever you're doing in there, go over to the smart TV, the smart fridge section, and put Up at Noon on their smart fridges.
Yeah, you don't have to subscribe to our channel if you don't want to, but please go to your local electronics store and subscribe to us on all those TVs that are there.
We have a very breaking news from 3 days ago that we have to announce real quick. Tomb Raider is single.
Yep.
That's right. Lara Croft Tomb Raider is in a divorce with Brad Pitt, and she's on the market, and she's got a bunch of treasures. And her treasures are called children.
Yep.
And there's 6 of them. And they're scattered all around the world. Can you find them all?
Yeah, that's true. The ultimate gamer girl.
And that's the hottest celebrity news of the week. We want to thank our sponsor,
Hot Pockets.
Hot Pockets, right there in the corner. Check them out. You can go get those in stores everywhere. We got a full screen image of Hot Pockets.
Enhance.
I'm so hungry. You know how hard it is to do the show in the middle of lunch?
Yeah.
You're watching the show right now, you're probably eating whatever you want because you're not filming yourself. If you are, that's weird.
Yeah.
But we don't get to eat for
We're
like an hour
hey,
or
is it
two.
okay if we eat a bunch of Hot Pockets on the show? And they're like, absolutely not. You cannot do that. You'd have your mouth full, and that's rude. Don't do that.
But there's a thing coming up soon where we can all eat together
we'll
and
all
drink.
be talking with our mouth full.
And be wonderful.
IGN is celebrating its 20th anniversary, 20 years of gaming. We're having a live event in San Francisco. It's going to be on Saturday, October 15th at The Village in San Francisco. That's an establishment, not a literal village.
Not the M. Night Shyamalan movie either.
No,
although it does take place in the current time.
Technically, we will be village people while we're there. I've got dibs on being the police chief. You can be the construction worker. Anyway, we're going to be doing like live shows, probably a live show like this. We're also just going to be hanging out and, come meet all of us and stuff. You can go to, I think we just put the website on the screen. There's the details. I don't know, screen cap that or something. Pretend I just showed a boob or something.
Yeah, that actually doesn't have the website on it.
Yeah.
We're very bad at
Show
this.
the website again. Can you? Is it there?
No, it's fine.
I don't know. Anyway,
it's us.
There it is. That's the one.
There it is.
Go to that
20
thing.
years
There.
Perfect.
There we go.
You go there, you come hang out with us, you get a t-shirt, you get food and drinks, and we just get to party all day. It's going to be a good time.
Yeah. So let's get into the nitty-gritty, the stuff that we're supposed to talk about. Last night, Paramount dropped not one teaser, but 5 teasers for the upcoming Ghost in the Shell movie starring famous Asian woman. Not Asian actress Scarlett Johansson.
Yep.
This has been a big topic of discussion, obviously, because it's Hollywood's continuing trend of whitewashing. Like Motoko Kusanagi, the titular, not titular hero. She's not a ghost in a shell, but the lady from the anime. She's an Asian woman in the anime. That's what it's about.
Yeah.
Set in Japan, and they just put Scarlett Johansson in it. Everyone's like, wait, what? And there was a rumor going around that there is an Asian man in it, as you can see. He's got Wolverine hair. But yeah, instead of doing like one straightforward trailer, we'll probably get one eventually, they did like 5 10-second clips that are all stitched together.
Yep, no one can just show a thing when it's ready anymore. It's always just like, here's the corner of a dude's ear.
Yeah, now here's the thing. I think it looks awesome.
Yeah, this is very gorgeous. The art direction's awesome. The design works really cool. It's pretty true to the source material, which I was like, I'm very limited in terms of how many like anime I actually really enjoy.
Yep.
This is one of them that like falls into that.
Yeah, this
short group of
this
short list
looks like a far cry from Dragon Ball Evolution or something like that. So yeah, I mean they're hitting the aesthetic dead on, and it almost pisses me off because like I want this movie. I want this movie to kind of suffer for its kind of unfortunate casting choice. Like, I mean, I think one argument is that this movie wouldn't be getting made if Scarlett Johansson hadn't attached her name to it on account of star power and all that.
Well, so this puts us in a weird spot, right? Because it's like, I for one, I'm glad that we collectively on the internet and us here, especially on the show, talked about how that was kind of a problem when we first heard about this, when we first saw production stills, when we heard about the weird CG behind the scenes things that was going on, where they're like making them more
make
Asian,
her look more Asian or something.
And I'm glad we complained about it. I'm glad we shouted about it. It wasn't enough to obviously stop or halt the production of this movie, but now like that we got that out of our system, we're in that weird spot where we're like, we kind of have to admit this looks pretty good.
Yeah. So I mean, that's the thing, is we like lots of stuff that has stuff wrong with it, our problematic faves, as it were. I mean, I think a lot of people are like, what's the big deal? They cast a lady in it. It's like, conversely, if they'd cast an Asian woman in it, would anyone have a problem with that? That they cast an Asian character as an Asian woman?
Right.
Probably not, you know?
Yeah.
And there's the fact that a lot of people in Asia, known as Asians, do in fact go see movies, and they frequently do really well when they actually kind of have some representation there.
Absolutely.
So I don't know. It's frustrating on like a lot of levels. I still want to see it. Am I gonna go see it opening night? I don't know. You know, am I gonna like boycott it and then pirate it? Probably not. I don't know. Like, what do I do here? Because
it's tough. Like, how do you send a message? Like, you think about like when you don't like something on the internet, which, as we all see on the internet, is billions of times a day from everyone. Before they even finish a thought, their negativity's out there. But I mean, you see like the change.org petitions and all these other things that usually amount to nothing. I think it was good that we spoke up about this. I think it's also it's kind of good to look at what's there and appreciate what they are getting right. So it is a difficult scenario. I completely understand if you don't want to see this movie for your own valid reasons. I'm in the same boat where I'm very hesitant to be like, you know. But then again, also, people were protesting Ghostbusters this year. It's just like, you know, you got to sort of pick your battles as well.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just it's a complicated issue. What do you guys think, though? I think the Ghost in the Shell movie looks really cool. On just a very kind of basic, this looks like a cool live-action adaptation of a cool anime. On the flip side, you can just go watch the anime. If you haven't seen it, you should do that. Anyway, let's move things along. We've got ongoing news in the world of the DC Extended Universe. Is that what they're calling it?
It's DC Cinematic Universe.
It's not cinematic, though. It's the DCEU.
The DC Extended Cinematic Universe.
Something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah, so we got Wonder Woman coming out next year already, so I think.
Wonder Woman's obviously been a famous character for decades now. Never really got her own dedicated film. That's happening in 2017. You got a peek at her in Batman vs. Superman and... let's see. I think there was a trailer for the film that was sort of like a teaser trailer.
It was behind the scenes footage. There was just like footage cut together. I don't know. They do that thing that they do. Anyway, we do have a logo. Yeah. And it looks cool. It looks like it kind of matches the whole style. Unfortunately, it also happens to look a little bit like the Whataburger logo.
Yeah.
Because the Wonder Woman logo has always kind of looked like the Whataburger logo.
So, interesting scenario here. Whataburger is actually in legal discussion, friendly legal discussion they call it, trademark discussions with DC over what this actually means for them. That if we take a look at that again, their original logo came out in 1972. And then the Wonder Woman logo, that's their original logo, was just a few years later. But they didn't really have these discussions back then. They were just like, it's cool. But now that she's going to be a major film property, we see her new logo, which I think doesn't really look... I don't really see a lot of similarities in all this other than stacking W's, which I think the WWE logo is just as guilty for. So anyway, they're not necessarily in a heated lawsuit. They're not screaming at each other in courtrooms. They're in just friendly discussions over trademarks and brand identity now.
But I think there are going to be some issues with some of the other DCEU logos that are floating around out there. We got our hands on some of these early. You know, we get access to cool stuff like that at IGN. So here's the world exclusive premiere of logos for a bunch of some even unannounced DC movies, and I don't think there's going to be any problem with these really. Here's the logo for Man of Steel 2. I think it's going to be
perfect.
Could be a lot of people complained that it was too dark in the first movie. It was very gritty and brooding, and this looks like it's taking a much more cheerful approach. And frankly, I'm loving it.
Yeah, I'm loving it too. Over 60 billion served.
Yeah. Then of course we know that Ben Affleck is going to be doing a solo Batman movie. There's rumors it's going to be set in Arkham. And it looks like the name for it is officially Batman Arkham.
Beautiful. Yeah. I love it. It's going to be a real king of a film.
Yeah. Hopefully the inmates don't have it their way. Then, of course, there's going to be the sequel follow-up to that is, again, people are going to say that Batman Arkham is too dark, so they're going to spruce things up. Now, the question is, which Robin do you think this is going to be? Do you think it's going to be like, is it going to be Dick Grayson? Is it going to be Tim? Is it going to be Red Robin?
It could be the Red Robin.
Wayne? I think it might be Red Robin.
It might be the Red Robin. Anyway.
Yeah. Then, of course, Suicide Squad. This was actually a lesser-known international version of the logo that was out there. It was mostly in European markets.
Yep.
I don't think anyone had any problems with this. I think it matched the tone of the film pretty well.
Yeah, perfect.
I don't know what that tagline means, though. I thought the tagline was like,
well, so basically
we're all bad criminals, but look at us be heroes.
There are 31 different flavors of characters in that film,
Yeah.
So there's a lot of different options
It's
you have
incredible
there.
that it's 70 years old. That's such an old squad.
Yeah, DC is very old.
Then, of course, we've got some other ones on the way. Shazam. That's, I think it's great. Just a kid just shouting a word and turning into a grown man in the flash of lightning. It's crazy.
Hey, don't say the words kid and grown man around that logo.
Why? I don't see what's wrong with it.
Because reasons.
Anyway, then of course we all know that what's his face? With the Jason MMO or whatever,
Jason
MMORPG, Jason MMA. He's going to be playing Aquaman. It's going to be a real treat. I think it looks like it could be really exciting. Everyone knows Aquaman lives in the sea, so it's clear like that they're is in the ocean there.
All right.
Yeah.
Yo quiero Aquaman.
Yeah. There you go. Anyway, if there's any confusion whatsoever, these are all totally fake logos. If you thought that we were serious, wow. Anyway, let's move on.
Let's move on.
One thing we did get our first look at this week, kind of after like weird, tidbits of images of things, the new Power Rangers movie showed off its Zords finally, and they look good. I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. We got a bunch of posters teased via like the actors playing the various Rangers Twitter accounts.
Yep. And then the official Twitter account added captions to them, which don't go read because they're not great.
That doesn't sound like a good thing I want to do, but let's take a look at these right here. They're teaser posters, like we said. Now, obviously, you've got the Yellow Ranger, the Red Ranger, and they've. I can't remember if they're changing. I know they've changed around like the ethnicities of the Rangers' colors with the whatever I just said.
It's actually Scarlett Johansson is playing all of the Power Rangers now.
Oh wow, that's crazy! I can't believe they Scarlet washed all the Rangers. So we've got. I think the red is still a Tyrannosaurus Rex, and yellow is still Saber-toothed Tiger.
Looks like it.
But I'm looking at this, and I'm not really sure.
Is he sitting on the tail or the front of the?
I don't know what part of the body I'm looking at.
I hope it's the tail.
I mean, the thing with doing, they're clearly kind of going a very Alien redesign. It looks kind of Transformers-y, which is, that's kind of obvious based on the costumes we've seen.
I do like what we're seeing so far, though.
I can't tell what we're looking at. What part of the dinosaur is he sitting on?
So you're right. I think this is a weird. And we talk about this a lot.
Is that the tiger's leg?
We don't know. That's the weird thing. I don't actually know. And if you and I know Power Rangers, you know Power Rangers. You and I watched the first Power Rangers movie just about a year ago, right?
Yeah.
Which has that
fateful day.
That it has a distractingly bad.
Hey, they made all the graphics for that movie in a Dreamcast, so
it really looks like it. So this is weird because I feel like if you're in theaters or you're walking through a movie theater and you see these posters, you're like, what am I looking at?
Yeah, the only one I can kind of work with is the Blue Ranger. I think that he's got a Triceratops. Yeah.
So here's the thing: if I'd never seen Power Rangers, I would look at the guy on the left. This sexy man sprawled out with his knee up like that, and it says "go-go" underneath, and I'd be like, "Is this like a futuristic go-go dancing movie?"
Yeah. That kind of doesn't. Yeah. These are confusing teaser posters. I don't feel like they're really hitting.
They also look like the Drake Views from the Six album cover, where he's just kind of like standing, looking sad.
Also,
looking
what
down.
the Blue Ranger's like, he's like, dude, stand up. What are you just like?
He's
hanging
cool.
out?
He's chilling out,
All right.
man.
Then we got the Pink Ranger, that's what, like a pterodactyl?
I think that's like a shoulder.
What part of the body is that?
I don't know.
It looks like a part of a racing bike or something.
Yeah. So on the plus side, I think that this means we are dangerously close to getting an actual trailer, or at least a teaser trailer. We'll get to start seeing things in motion. So far, we've only seen like helmets, we've seen actors and like profiles of characters and stuff like that.
We've seen full body shots, but they were like awkward Sears Portrait Studio ones.
Yeah.
Then we got Elizabeth Banks as Rita Repulsa, and everyone's like, why is she green? And it's like, also, where's the Green Rangers? Maybe that's something to do with it.
And those were like leaked set photos from Canada. I
don't know.
I'm ready to see this thing in motion.
Show us the damn Megazord already. All right, so things that children love. Power Rangers, superheroes. Probably not this show. I don't know. But yeah, speaking of other things kids love, we had the guys who make Lego Dimensions come hang out with us, and they let us play with toys. Lego Dimensions, the 2016 Season 2, Year 2 edition, I forget what they're actually calling it, that starts rolling out
September
next
27th.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
So, you know, if you're into that, take a look at what it does, because you can beat up your friends as the A-Team.
Hey everybody, it's me, Max Scoville, and my good pal Brian Altano, and our good friend Arthur Parsons from TT Games. You got Lego Dimensions here.
We've got Lego Dimensions here.
And the A-Team is now in it, which is something I never thought I'd be saying out loud.
We're in the A-Team's, is this their house?
Yeah, this is the A-Team's house.
It kind of looks like where you keep T-Rexes in Jurassic Park.
It's the high security stockade.
Now, hold on just a second here, because there's 4 of us playing at once, and this appears to be some sort of battle arena?
That is exactly what this is. It's a battle arena. It's capture the flag.
Okay.
All right. So let's talk about who we all picked. I'm Ethan Hunt from Mission Impossible, which is not something I'd ever expect to be saying in a Lego game, but here we are.
Yeah.
Very happy about that.
I'm playing as B.A. Baracus, Mr. T himself.
I'm playing as Harry Potter. Because I can cast spells.
I like the idea of Harry Potter and just hanging out with these guys. I don't think that is something I kind of want to see that.
Yeah, I'm sure it could happen though, in an alternate dimension.
So there's a lot going on here. I'm trying to unlock a A-Team turret. Am I doing that right, or I need more?
Yeah, you need more studs. So that's like a.
Did I step in poop?
Someone has treacle feeded us.
What?
So there's pickups and power ups.
Uh-huh.
You see the little floating bubbles. So if you grab those, they will allow you to
Put poop feet on people?
That's exactly it.
What's the technical term you guys are using for that?
It's treacle feet.
Treacle feet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, treacle feet. We'll blame Jimmy for that one.
Cool. I'm invisible.
It's all your fault, Jimmy.
But yeah, the pickups and power ups are there to allow you to help hinder inconvenience, cause major problems. So like, if I do blur, then none
Oh
can
wow.
see.
Okay.
The green flag has been stolen.
Although Batman seems to be immune to my blur.
How's that possible?
He's Batman.
He's got detective vision.
Yeah.
Mine. So you realize that this is gonna lead to so many sibling rivalries and
Breakups.
children fighting each other on couches, jumping around, throwing things.
Yeah, I think we'll probably have to put disclaimers on the box. You know, if you decide to throw your controller through the screen, it's not our fault. But hopefully people won't.
This is very hectic.
Someone's... Ah, no.
The green flag
Come on,
has
Harry.
been stolen.
So how do you design power-ups for something like this? I mean, treacle feed is self-explanatory, obviously. You're like, I want to see what happens when these guys poop on his shoes.
Yeah.
But what about everything else? How does something like that come together? Because they're not necessarily part of any specific world or brand, right?
Yeah, so they need to be kind of IP agnostic to some extent. But it was something we focus tested with kids. There's some that we thought they may be fine. I don't know. It would be too frustrating or too irritating, but kids really loved just putting the mockers on somebody else. So yeah, there's the treacle feet was one that's especially good because in some of the other modes you're rolling around on a bomb. If you treacle feet someone, you can just like get straight through them, bam, they're dead. The same with this float one. You press float and then everyone is just up in the air.
Oh man!
You can just do your thing. So I can be Harry and I can run around and steal flags and do what I'm doing while you're just doing very little but floating in the air. And someone's already got that flag. So good work, Harry.
It's weird seeing Ethan Hunt and Mission Impossible fight Batman because I think they have a lot more in common than you would imply just looking at them. They both kind of hope for the same thing. They both have a lot of cool gadgets. I think Batman would be flying the plane instead of hanging off the side of it. But
Yeah.
I feel like the least gadgets in the picture here would be B.A. Baracus, who has a van and a wrench and mostly just throws people through plate glass windows.
Yeah, because I don't think attitude counts as...
It's not really a gadget.
So you brought children in to play your game.
Yeah.
And what kind of things did they say?
60 seconds.
They said kind of like, you know, PG-13 cuss words.
But you're not their parents, so you don't have to worry about it, right?
No.
That's good. That's pretty nice when kids get cursed in front of you and you're like, not my problem.
But that was the cool thing. They were running around, sort of going, you know, I've got to do this. I've got to, you know, teaming up, because obviously you can do 2v2, 3v1 as well as everyone against everyone. But it was so great just seeing them having fun. It's the stuff we'd seen when they were playing in a normal Lego game. You know, they're doing a bit of a puzzle, and then all of a sudden, like, one of them accidentally punches the other guy, and that's it. 10 minutes of just like absolute chaos. So we put that harness that into a game mode, and it just becomes really good fun. And this is just what everyone kind of needs to remember, is this is on top of everything else you're going to get with Lego Dimensions.
This is just an extra multiplayer mode.
Yeah.
You still have got all the story stuff.
Yeah, the
it's based
adventure
on
worlds.
every single character pack.
So I lost really badly. Oh, no, I came second. Okay.
Huh.
I can handle that.
So is this the kind of thing where you want kids and adults to purchase the packs and then bring them over to their friend's house and start multiplayer matches and kind of be like, this is my Batman versus your Mr. T?
Yeah, exactly, because again, it's one of those things, you know, you're going to go and get your starter pack, because that's what you need. You might buy Harry Potter, your friend might buy, you know, the Ghostbusters. You don't have to buy every toy, you just take your toys around to your friend's house. You can then pair up in this kind of like, you know, sort of multiplayer, because the multiplayer can be played in a tournament, so you can piece together like, you know, 10 arenas and play a long tournament. But yeah, it's all about you guys kind of having fun and just sort of doing the whole multiplayer thing.
Sure.
It was like, you know, back in the day when you'd take your memory card round to your friend's house or whatever it might be. It's bringing those things back.
Do you see this catching on with the fighting game community? I think it could happen.
Look out, Evo.
There's that Shrek fighting game that has apparently a large community surrounding it for some reason.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah, pretty weird.
Okay, so when we become an esport, you guys will commentate, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I can do it.
We'll be we're the first ones on the ground floor of that.
We're respected members of the esports community.
Yeah, so it's one of those things we really wanted to just give you, you know, more value. So if you go out and buy a fun pack, you're going to get the toys, you're going to get access to the adventure world, but you get a unique arena, because every pack has a unique one of these arenas. You know, you get an A-team one. If you buy the Adventure Time level pack, you'll get one arena, but then in the team pack and the fun pack, there's different arenas. So I think there's like 22 arenas altogether.
So this one's insane. What's this based on?
This is Adventure Time Pillow World.
Okay, cool. I really like the 8-bit music. This is obviously a completely different art style than what you guys did even in the last movie.
Yeah, and again, testament to the guys and girls in the office. It really is sort of down to them that everything looks so cool and authentic, no matter whether it is Adventure Time or, you know, Goonies or the A-Team. Knight Rider is particularly cool.
Now, yeah, so here you have more of a cel-shaded thing going on.
Yeah, you've got the similar thing with the Scooby-Doo one.
Yeah, definitely. And again, when Teen Titans Go comes out next year, that'll also be very similar to this. In terms of cell shading.
So is it difficult dealing with very specific IPs where you have to call them up and be like, so here's the thing we did, Mr. T can now punch Batman in the face. And they're like, DC's like, I guess that's okay.
Yeah, but yeah, and those conversations need to happen where you sort of...
I agree. Yeah. I think they need to happen a lot.
Yeah, you sort of have to explain, well, you know, Lord Voldemort is going to be riding Kit kind of around, you know, Adventure Time world, and is that okay? It's like, yeah, that's completely fine. It's a video game. It's a toy. You know, that's the sort of thing you're doing. So, yeah, Dimensions is one of those things that's just a little bit different to anything else.
Yeah, because I remember specifically reading about like the bad guy scene in Wreck-It Ralph, where they're all sort of in therapy with each other, and all the companies who had their own bosses were like, our boss should be the biggest one in the room. So 12 people said that at the same time, and you know, Disney was kind of like, well, everyone has to fit in this small room that we built, so deal with it. So here you had a giant Batman, you can shrink down and stuff like that. I guess you guys can just do whatever you want, basically. You got some freedom there.
We got a lot of freedom, but you know, you got to remember that when Dimensions first came out, the brands that were in there to begin with, everyone was on board with it.
Yeah.
Absolutely loved it. And so for season 2, for year 2, however you term it, people knew what they were getting themselves into.
Yeah.
It took no explanation, so everyone's like, yeah, we really want to do this. Sega were like, yeah, we want Sonic in there.
So is it a mix of sort of you guys being like, we want to put this character in, and also different owners of the IPs hitting you up and being like, can we put this character in?
Yeah, absolutely.
great.
And that's how you get things like E.T. mixing with Goonies kind of from the same era.
Steven Spielberg called you, and he's like, I want Batman to punch E.T.
I wish you would call me. But and then Mission Impossible, the cool thing about that was every single thing we did in the game actually got approved by Tom Cruise himself.
Wow, what?
So and how cool is that? Knowing that your work is going to him and he's playing.
Yeah, I was going to ask. You guys have just kind of more recently added voices to the game, so it's like, have you got any celebrities in there? You got Corey Feldman in the Goonies.
We've got so many. We haven't actually cast the Goonies yet because it's out early next year, but we've got people in there. Eddie Redmayne has done the voice for Newt Scamander.
Wow.
We had Ron Perlman in. He's actually a couple of different characters. He sort of spans IPs. Roger Craig Smith, the voice of Sonic, is the voice of Sonic.
Wow.
We had Robbie Coltrane came in to do some original Hagrid stuff. So
You're a Lego, Harry.
Simon Pegg did Benny in for Mission Impossible stuff.
Awesome.
There's and that's the coolest thing, I think, is we had Ezra Miller come in because he plays one of the Beast characters. And doing that VO session, all I was thinking the whole time was, you're the new Flash.
Yeah.
It's like, you're the new Flash. I can't wait. Can you tell me stuff about this? But obviously he couldn't. So, it's one of those things, I think, as well, because we've hidden some. In season 1, we had there was a hint to Jetsons, there was a hint to Flintstones and some other stuff. Some of the stuff we've put in that we've not revealed yet, when people see it, they're going to be like, did they really do that? Have they really gone and done a nod to this, a nod to that? So as well as the 16 core IPs, there is hidden stuff throughout, which is great. This base bash is this is a different mode. This is base bash. I keep running around just collecting things when I really should just be
Focusing on
making that blowing up people's bases. Okay.
Yeah, I play pretty much every single Lego game, and I'm having the same sort of inclinations right now. It's like, oh, collect all the studs, and then maybe you'll get a gold brick, and you can 2x your score.
Yeah.
And I should really just be hitting Mr. T in the face with my sword.
Yeah.
Why does Tom Cruise keep dancing?
He specifically asked to put that in the game.
Yeah, so he's in the middle here. Mr. T's there. If I want, I can just switch and become him. It's like, I don't want to be Abby Ghostbusters anymore. Because that's just the cool thing, is I could just drop wild
Wow,
on there.
what the? That was an awesome move I just did, that dagger cloud.
The game is now over.
Oh.
Well.
The blue team
joint firsts.
Huh?
There's a lot going on here.
You know what? I'm actually okay with Batman and Mr. T living in a universe where they're both tied for first place.
Yeah.
That's pretty much my adolescence right there.
So when can people get their hands on this?
Next Tuesday, I believe.
Damn.
The 26th of September, we've got Ghostbusters, A-Team, Harry Potter, and Adventure Time packs are all coming out.
And you've got Goonies and Sonic the Hedgehog and Gremlins and
Fantastic Beasts.
Taken and Speed and Fast Times at Ridgemont High, and I'm sure lots of other stuff that I'm going to have a hard time wrapping my head around why these characters are punching each other in the face and dancing.
There was your teacher you had in 8th grade is going to be there.
Mrs. Snowden.
All your favorite
exclusive minifig.
All your favorite things growing up. Pogs.
Yeah.
Will be there.
Spawn is back.
Snap bracelets.
Arthur, thank you so much for coming by, and Lego Dimensions. It keeps getting weirder.
Thank you.
Hey, we're back again.
17-piece horn band
Yeah.
working on that song. It's crazy. You didn't even think there were that many horns, but there are.
The cool thing is they're all in 7th grade. You'd never think so.
Yeah.
They're a young horn band.
It's a popular child's band.
Yeah. So I want to talk about something that all sorts of 7th graders probably know about. Todd McFarlane has been talking about rebooting Spawn as a movie franchise for quite some time now. I think he first mentioned in an interview back in 2009. If you're unfamiliar with Spawn, here he is as Santa Claus. Hey, it's me, Spawna Claus. I've got a bag full of skulls and rats for you kids. Spawn was like the most what?
Why would he want to reboot Spawn? The movie was perfect.
The movie had nothing wrong with it. No, but he's kind of, it's weird because that was a superhero movie that kind of came out during like the nadir of superhero films.
Yeah.
Like, that came out the same summer as Batman and Robin. Like,
yeah.
That is not a good superhero movie, and it was also, it came out at a time when people weren't really asking for like dark and gritty, you know, comic book movies. I mean, comic book nerds were, but
it was sort of like post Tim Burton Batman, pre Christopher Nolan Batman.
Yeah.
The dark ages of comic book films.
Yeah, and it's just sort of an odd character to try to, you know, put into a superhero movie because he's basically a servant of Satan who lives with a bunch of homeless people in an alleyway.
He's also a incredibly highly animated character, and that's not so easy to do with a very low budget.
Yeah, so McFarlane's been talking about doing this as like a kind of a reboot, kind of a new, almost horror movie, and he's got a couple new quotes that I thought I'd read because they're really interesting, just to give a sense of what he wants to do with the tone of the film. He said, first of all, in the background, there's this thing moving around, this boogeyman. That boogeyman just happens to be something that you and I intellectually know is Spawn. Will he look like he did in the first movie? No. Will he have a supervillain he fights? No. He's going to be the Spectre, the Ghost.
Weird.
And he goes on to say, it's not a comic book movie, it's just a scary movie, a creepy movie. Everything's real except for one element, which happens to be the character we know as Spawn. So it's not going to be supervillain versus superhero or any of that stuff. It's just going to be a tight movie. I think this is the coolest way you could do a Spawn movie.
I like that a lot.
I think he's actually talked about comparing it to Jaws, except instead of a shark, it's this guy.
Yeah, he said Spawn is his Jaws, which I was like, I'm not really sure how to take that, but I think it's really interesting. The way he's pitching this sounds completely different than the way you would pitch pretty much any other comic book movie.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be really cool if it was something like the Mothman Prophecies, but with Spawn, or I mean, he's just any kind of horror movie where you're not really sure if this is like a villain or is this like this is sort of this phantom element. I mean, he's almost like he's like a boogeyman. And
so is it like the movie Jeepers Creepers, where
I don't know.
like there's teenagers and a haystack and
maybe
a ghost?
I mean, Spawn wouldn't go around killing teenagers, I don't think, but it'd be kind of cool if it's like a crime movie at the ground level, but there's like, I mean, imagine the Punisher, but if you didn't know who the hell the Punisher was, you know, like he's taken out like, you know, government people, and I don't know, like Spawn's backstory is kind of convoluted.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, give us a really quick rundown of who this character is. Like, who owns this property?
So this is the kind of one of the flagship Image Comics superheroes, whatever you want to call him. Basically, Al Simmons was a super badass CIA agent who got double-crossed by his department and then went to hell because he was basically a mercenary. And while he's in hell, he makes a deal with the devil to get superpowers and go back to Earth as a hellspawn. And so he's got all these crazy powers. He's basically, if you really want to look at who he is, he's pretty much a cross between Ghost Rider, Venom, and basically any Marvel character who had a bunch of guns in the late 80s, early 90s. And he's basically got Doctor Strange's cape. Except the cape is sort of alive and he can like kill people with it and stuff.
Now, in the 90s movie, they did try a sort of good versus evil thing where he fought John Leguizamo's character, who was a clown in hell.
The clown is like, I don't know what you do with that. Like the clown is like this sort of guy who shows up and he's like, I think they were kind of sort of pre-insane clown posse. They were like, yeah, spooky clowns are perfect. And it was like, he was like this sort of, he was like his kind of nemesis slash like babysitter. Like he was sort of the guy who comes along from Malbolgia or Satan or whatever. And he's like, hey, you gotta go do this stuff or whatever. I mean, it's been a million years since I read that stuff. And the Spawn is still running. It's still a comic that's around. I have no idea what's happened in the last probably 20 years because I've read a bunch of early stuff. But
which is interesting because it's like I feel like the Spawn we grew up with is very different than the one that even Todd McFarlane's trying to move away from it nowadays. Right now, like what we can say is there's no concept art for this character. I mean, just based on whatever the comics are doing right now. There's no like production schedule for this movie or anything like that.
Yeah.
This is all sort of pie in the sky stuff right now.
Pretty
but
much,
I like the way he's sort of like honing it in.
Yeah, I think Todd McFarlane did say he's got a script in the works, and it's really long right now, but he's trying to whittle it down. But like imagine if this is a movie where, imagine Alien, but instead of a bunch of guys in space who are being like greedy, it's a bunch of like government employees, or it's a bunch of crooked cops. And they're all, you're kind of following them, but there's this thing in the shadows that's like taking them out one by one.
Yeah.
Except you're sort of rooting for it because they're all jerks. Like there's no heroic Ripley in that situation.
Yep.
I mean, imagine this would basically be like a Nolan Batman movie, except it's told from Gordon's perspective.
Yeah. So
You know?
in the meantime, if you want to see something Spawn related that's actually pretty cool and in motion, you can go back and check the original HBO show, which is like really gritty.
Yep.
It sort of like was like HBO's answer to Batman the Animated Series, but with Spawn.
It was also if that came out like in kind of Adult Swim late night anime era,
Yeah.
like that would have been way more successful. But it was also like it was HBO made an adult oriented animated series with like gore and swearing and boobs in it. It was like. It's really nuts, and that's streaming online if you track it down. So
yeah, we'll keep our ears open for the Spawn movie. I don't even think it has to be something that comes to theaters. It could go to Netflix, Amazon Prime, anything you want. There's so many different places for an idea like that to land these days. So
cool.
Yeah, it's a good time to be alive.
Yeah. So we got a cool book in the mail. The fine folks at Viz Publishing, who publish all kinds of wonderful manga and stuff, have this classic, which is probably not really what manga fans would consider. Legitimate manga, but this is the Super Mario Adventures Brothers, whatever. What is it? Super Mario Adventures. Yeah.
Yeah. If you grew up with Nintendo Power growing up, like I did, and I actually can't even look at this thing without smiling and thinking about it.
It's so goofy.
They had Zelda comics and Mario comics that sort of switched off with each other. These were kind of loosely based on Super Mario World and some Super Mario 3 stuff, and this was like post the Super Mario Super Show on TV. Gorgeous art, all hand drawn, really cool looking, and this ran issue by issue in Nintendo Power for a long time until they told the story of whatever the story is they're trying to tell here.
Yeah.
Which is sort of
Mario.
typical.
It doesn't really make much
Princess
sense.
gets captured. He has to save her.
Yeah.
The cool thing about the way they wrote the princess in this is specifically she's actually a lot more like kind of feminine girl power. Like she can handle her own.
Yeah.
She's pretty much like I don't need to be saved all the time.
Yeah,
So,
it's kind of Luigi who gets the short end of the stick
as usual.
Yeah, but we were looking through it, and it's really, really weird.
Yeah.
like it's kind of messed up in parts. So I pulled a few panels that, out of context or even in context, are pretty screwed up. So let's take a look at those right now. For starters, there's a bit where Mario goes to see his cousin Wario, I guess.
Yeah.
And he encounters this animal who, I mean, you fight them in Super Mario World, but Mario just straight up rips off this guy's nose.
Yeah, is this like a
And
Monty
then-
Mole that he's?
Yeah, I think it's a Monty Mole. He's like, he chases him down, and then he just like grabs it by the, and then he uses it sort of like that's like something out of a Cronenberg movie. That's that's horrifying.
I mean, look at the sweat on this dude's face.
And then in the next like scene, I think he uses it as like a party horn. But it's just like it's really weird to just see Mario just disemboweling something, like ripping off a body part. Like he's dismembering this poor rodent. Anyway, then there's this, which is just we always think, oh yeah, Mario jumps on stuff. That's great. Here he is stomping on his own brother, is that his heart or his tongue?
His heart has ejected from his chest because he got stomped on so hard, which is interesting. You see Mario stomp on a lot of things. You don't actually see the physical ramifications that would have on a human.
That's like if NetherRealm did Super Smash Brothers.
Splort
that's so gross.
is not a good noise.
Yeah.
And I think he's farting.
Yeah, probably. There's a lot of fart clouds in this comic. For instance, here's this one. That's not the princess. Spoilers. That's Luigi. He and Princess Peach trade clothes for reasons, and this one just looks like he's just letting out a real loud toot, even though he's really just kind of hopping in the air. It's just kind of weird. It's just kind of weird to see Luigi like that. It's sort of like, I don't know.
I like that a lot.
It's just very strange. Then there's, this is kind of a funny manga trope, but just seeing Mario for this one panel look like this.
Like a disgusting real man.
Yeah, it's only one panel where they do this. If it had kind of happened throughout the comic, you'd be kind of like, oh, this is super, super weird. But it's just this one, and it's just really, really jarring to see him like that. Like, they're so cute on
he
one
went
side.
like full 36-year-old human Brooklynite plumber for a second. Oh, there's crap in the tubes.
Oh, somebody clogged up the pipes.
Another dunk in the bowl.
Yeah. And then we've got this part. This is really, really upsetting.
Yes.
Out of
Yes,
context.
very.
I think the idea is that all the Yoshis are trapped in their eggs, but if you have even the most just fundamental understanding of biology, if you go to an animal that lives in eggs before it's born and just start smashing the eggs, you pretty much kill the animal.
In front of his parents, no less.
Yeah, this is like the end of Aliens. Like this is not an appropriate thing. He's like, boopity boppity, Luigi, and then he's just. Like, I guess after this they get a bunch of Yoshis free, but it's like, dude, no, don't break their eggs.
Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah,
that's
like maybe pull a piece of shell aside.
Or
And be like,
just
"Come
wait
on,
a
little
day.
one,"
They'll be
but-
there. They'll hatch. That's how eggs work.
Terrifying. They're just smashing the eggs. And then
Well, no comment on this one. We're just going to put it on the screen. We're going to take a look. We're not going to talk about it. We're just going to inhale this one and see how it goes.
Schloop.
Yeah.
All right.
So that's a thing. That's a thing that I don't know who's into. Okay, I'll be honest here. Yoshi is totally into this. Luigi's like, I didn't know I was into this, but I am now.
Yeah,
as that usually goes.
Yeah, it's well,
Schloop.
It's the hot new thing in 2016.
Yeah.
So that's yeah. This you can get this wonderful collection. It's $15. You can find it online. Published by Viz. They were cool enough to send over a copy. They also have the much less weird and upsetting Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past adaptation, which is same format,
equally fun and gorgeous.
really beautiful.
Way less butt licking.
Yeah.
Anyway, we got another cool thing in the mail today that we're going to open up for you live. We actually don't know what's inside it. This is the Star Wars Smuggler's Bounty Box. It's sort of like a Funko Pop Loot Crate specific type of deal here.
We don't know what's in this one, do we?
We really don't.
You haven't opened it?
No.
All right.
I cut the slit in the front to make this easier for us.
Yeah, so let's get in here. These always come with a pin and a patch.
Yeah.
This one is.
I believe these come out every other month, right?
Yeah. This one is Death Star themed, and we've got for starters there is a nice little Stormtrooper pin. Can you close up of that? Oh yeah,
I like that
pin. Then there is a patch. I don't know what people do with all the if you get all the patches from these, I feel like you probably just look like the kid from Up. Like you're just gonna have just all tacked on there.
Yep.
And then there's always like a a nice T-shirt with some little oh, look at this.
They're teasing the Rogue One the stuff that's coming soon.
Oh, that kind of.
One of the cool things here is they show you the sort of like design elements behind Funko Pops and how they make them, the original prototypes and stuff. So that's pretty rad.
Yeah, and there's this shirt which has these two old men trying to kill each other with laser swords.
Which Death Star Vader versus Kenobi. Not a great match. That was sort of like an old Tyson versus just a lightweight type of match. That didn't last very long.
This is the real. What is this? No, this is cool. I actually need what it is. I'm taking this. This is a Death Star luggage tag.
Cool.
So you just strap this on your suitcase when you go to Comic-Con or Star Wars Celebration, and people know that it's that's no Moon. That's Max's luggage. That was the dumbest thing I've said this episode.
Easily.
Oh, and then the fan favorite character, Grand Moff Tarkin.
Sickly grandfather action figures here.
Who doesn't love a nice old man toy?
Yeah. And here we got a little Darth Vader going on.
Is there anything special about that Vader? What's he doing? Is he like a special choking variant?
Yes, he's choking. He's got his arm out and he's doing a sick choke.
Nice. All right.
So here we go.
Let's get these guys open. Are these bobblers? That one's a bobbler.
No.
Oh, I think the Star Destroyer hit some turbulence. So fun fact about Grand Moff Tarkin. I love this. This is my favorite Star Wars trivia. There's that line where Princess Leia goes, Tarkin, I recognized your foul stench when I was brought on board, or whatever. Apparently Peter Cushing actually smelt like linen and like fresh cut, like lavender and linen. Carrie Fisher said in interviews that she felt really bad doing that line because he was just really a very pleasant, charming man who actually smelled great.
Really?
So Grand Moff Tarkin, not a stinky dude. Now you know.
That's Smuggler's Bounty Box. You can get it now. That's all really cool and wonderful and made here. And we have another little thing that we have.
Yeah.
Some of our friends came back from Tokyo Game Show recently, which is an awesome show in Japan.
Yeah.
And we asked specifically Miranda Sanchez, who works for us here at IGN. I said to her as she was leaving, when she had her toting her little bag behind her, I said, hey, can you get us any cool Star Wars stuff from Japan?
Yeah, and she came back and she got us these little funny little blind box things.
Yeah.
Erasers are really huge in Japan. Most stationary is because they actually have a functional school system over there. I guess they enjoy learning or something. So this is a blind box set of Star Wars erasers, and as luck would have it, Brian and I got exactly the same one. We got these little Chewbacca's, which are okay, sort of. They just kind of there's something weird about them.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, he's got his.
The dog is happy to see us.
So he's got these little bowcasters. It's supposed to be, as you can see, it's supposed to be just it's the bow.
Yeah.
But
what's going on? Are they facing each other? I don't think they should do that.
It's just really not appropriate. Look at that. That's not right.
No.
That should not be okay.
No, he's a dog. It should be red.
Good enough. Yeah. Oh, God. Oh, he's going to the bathroom.
Watch out for these if you're ever in Japan. Although that's like the 1 billionth weirdest thing.
Get out of here, Greedo.
Greedo does not approve of. Stop that! Hey!
What? It's just part of the bowcaster. It's an eraser. Sorry, our producers are yelling at us.
Unbelievable.
Anyway.
So that was really dumb, but you know what's dumber than that? driving the wrong way.
I was gonna say using cars bad.
Yes.
Close enough.
Which is what we did. I pitched Max this idea the other day, and then we did it, and it went horrible. Forza Horizon 3 is out, and you can drive in it the right way towards the finish line, or you can go backwards and hit all the cars head on. Let's find out how that goes.
Hey, what's up? It's Brian and Max from Up at Noon, and today we're playing Forza Horizon 3. Guess what we're doing? Going the wrong way.
Is it Forza or is it Arzorf?
Yeah, we're going the wrong way in Forza. We're going to see how much damage we can cause on all the other cars.
Yeah.
We're basically being car trolls right now.
Yeah, I think we're playing online too. I think that IGN's Destin Legary's playing this right now. He's probably trying to get some work done, but we're playing online with him.
Here we go.
Oh,
you gotta hit him.
Oh, hold on, wait. Sorry, I'm not very good at that.
How did you miss all the cars?
I hit it started raining, and then the road got all wet, and I drove into the side.
They're like, that guy's weird. He's not a
nice.
problem.
I like
though.
this. If I want to just check out like my thighs, cars' thighs. I like this. This feels pretty good. I'm having a good time.
Now crash into the other cars. That's what this video is all about.
I'm trying to do that. The road is very wet. Oh, here we go.
Destin!
Yeah.
Look at those sparks you left.
Hold on. Oh, I got his rearview mirror. Hold on, I'm gonna mess with that. I love that we're just trolling Destin specifically. Oh, he's in 11th place. That sucks. Hey, Destin. Can I honk? Yeah.
Knock him off the road.
Pull over! It's us, Max and Brian. I'm going through the orchard.
All right, turn around. Let's get the rest of those bad boys. They're coming right at us right now. Get out of the bushes. It's very wet.
Yeah, it's a wet road. It's a temperate day at the race.
I almost thought that the rain would not be a problem if you went
I like that I just drove into some mud and it was like skill chain plus 270 XP. I have no idea what I'm doing.
You're leveling up your car.
Oh yeah, my car is getting leveled up. That's what.
All right, here we go. Head on. Yeah!
Yeah, suck it, other cars. It is I, the bad BMW. Bad Beamer, that's what they call me.
We're in 12th place, but you know who's not in first anymore? That guy you hit.
So this game's not out yet, is it?
No, it's out.
It's out?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're playing with some real people. But I always like doing this kind of stuff when a game isn't out, because it's like guys are trying to review the game or they're trying to get stuff done, and I'm just like, haha, I'm bad at the game on purpose because I'm a meanie. And that's probably unprofessional, but screw it. Hold on, I'm gonna try to catch up with these guys and just
bumper cars.
Hold on, hold on, boys.
Get him. It's actually the rain is cleared now, and it's quite pretty outside.
The road is already dry. A lot of people don't know this, but if you get a car's wheels wet, it goes way faster. See? What are we listening to?
It's a very beautiful game. It's even more beautiful when we drive that guy.
This is terrible.
He's like, stop doing that.
This is not Grand Theft Auto. This is Forza.
Hold on, can you try? Turn around. I got an idea. There's a whole bunch of people back there. Let's go troll them.
Are they?
Yeah. Turn around.
It's my hand.
Come on. You can do it. Turn the car. That's a tree.
What if I hold down both of the triggers at once?
Everyone's like, what's wrong with this drunk woman?
This is a terrible woman in the street.
How can you not turn your car around?
I'm doing a sick burnout. This is a different car franchise. Hey, it's Destin again. Let's go get Destin. Let's go chase Destin.
Anyway, that's driving backwards in Forza. We're terrible even at that. We even can't do that. The most simplest of things. We can't even do that.
Hold on, these boys are catching up. I think I messed up my wheels by getting too many
Go over to this
rocks
house
in
over here. This is what I want you to
can't drive in the house.
Yes, you can.
Can you?
Yeah, look.
Ah!
Totally can.
Hello, I'm a car. I would like to visit your winery and destroy your
benches.
Sorry about your wedding, ma'am.
Look at that guy.
These are
sitting there.
Tough picnic tables. Okay, did I get stuck?
We're stuck on the picnic table.
All right.
Like an old bear.
Yeah,
anyway, that's Brian and Max, and this is Up at Noon. We did a good job today.
I think we're great. Yeah,
Oops.
wreckage. My favorite.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah, cars.
Cars.
Kablam! Boom! Boom!
Yeah.
Skill chain.
Slayer. I think.
Traffic jam! They're not racing their cars the way they probably wish they were. This is so mean. They're like, I want to go fast. I'm like, too bad. I'm driving now.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah. Eat wall, other cars.
I think that's the best racing game I've played all year. I don't play a lot of racing games, as you might have been able to tell from that video in which I was bad at it.
Don't you feel bad when like a team of like 100 people work on a thing for like 3 years and then they give it to us and we're just like, let's make the car go into the picnic table?
I feel like we're the professional version of when you get a kid a really nice present and he plays with the box.
Yeah.
He's like, wow, you can make a spaceship out of it. Look, the wrapping paper is a hat. And they're like,
I like that you referred to us as professional. That's a lie.
That's a nice one. So this is a video that popped up, just yesterday?
Just
last
yesterday,
night?
yeah.
This is a fan-made, Studio Ghibli-inspired Zelda trailer.
Yep.
That looks amazing. Just roll it. We'll shut up. Do we have it? Uh-oh. Hold on.
Anyway.
We can talk about it.
Now we're ready.
Okay, let's do that again. Yeah, here we go.
It's just so...
Why isn't that real?
It's so perfect.
Why can't we have that? Anyway, that's by a guy named Matt Vince. Holy crap! It's so perfect. I want that so much. People always talk about like a Zelda movie, and I always just picture like it'd be live action, it'd be something wrong with it, and it's just like
there was the horse and the chicken was there, and the man in the store with the fat legs,
and there was the tree,
and they went in the house
and
that had his junk.
There was the castle.
You could see the wall.
There was a sword inside the castle.
So beautiful.
So good. Yeah, I don't know. God, that was so incredible. Do we have that man's his YouTube channel?
You can look him up. He's on YouTube. It's called Zelda X Ghibli Film Trailer by Matt Vince. It's like 500,000 views already.
Yeah.
Or 335,000 views as of the time of this.
Yeah.
Yeah, go check him out.
Yeah,
He's
go
really
subscribe
awesome.
and show him some love. That's like such a just amazing piece of work. Man, that's like the kind of stuff I used to watch on Newgrounds, except like 100 times better.
Right. Yeah, watch it before Nintendo shuts it down, because they don't cry when they see things like that. They just get angry.
Please don't shut it down, Nintendo. Anyway, how are we doing on time? We got 10 minutes. We got some time.
We got out. What's going on in the world today?
We've got a breaking announcement. Apple made some waves recently. They announced the iPhone 7, iPhone 7 Plus, iPhone Watch Series 2, those headphones that you can lose very easily.
Yep.
And there's a brand new product on the way that they've revealed via a patent. I'm going to show you a little bit about it. We've got Tim Cook here. He says, a retail paper bag comprising a bag container formed of white paper with at least 60% post-consumer content. This is an official Apple patent. This is filed with the patent offices. We get some more feedback. It's a paper bag.
Did he move? Can you do that again?
Yeah, it's a paper bag. The container. It includes a bag container formed of paper with a top edge that includes a notch and a bag handle formed of paper. We've got some schematics here. As you can see,
it's a bag.
It's no. It's not just a bag. Look at it. It's got a bunch of stuff all over it. Numbers.
It's made of paper, right?
We have world premiere, your first look at this brand new Apple product, courtesy of Tim Cook.
It's literally it's a
No,
it's a bag.
It's not just a bag, Brian.
It's just a bag.
See, Tim Cook went on
Why
to tell us,
did he go in the corner? Why is he down there?
To strengthen areas of the bag container such as the folds or gussets.
What is a gusset?
It's like a fold. At its corners or edges, in some embodiments of the present invention, reinforcement areas. It has reinforced
It's
gussets
a
and
bag.
areas. Oh, no. It's not any ordinary bag.
It's literally.
The
Why
bag-
is he doing
the
that?
bag handle may be formed to have a feel and flexibility unlike that typical of paper. For
He's
example,
blocking his own
the
quote.
handle's feel and flexibility may be similar to that of a hollow textile tube like a shoelace.
Oh, like a rope on a bag.
The
a
Apple
handle
bag,
on
ladies and gentlemen.
It's a paper bag.
I don't know about you, but I will be lining up first thing to get my Apple bag.
Oh, how are you going to carry that bag home? In another Apple bag?
I might even bring my own to save the environment.
Why would you bring your own bag to buy an Apple bag?
I would like a nice new Apple bag.
It's a bag!
It's so versatile.
Apple, I love you, but what's wrong with you? It's a bag.
All right, so another actually cool inventions. This popped up. My fiance sent me this. We live together in a house, and houses have doors on them. And the problem is, if you don't have a lock on your door, burglars go inside and take all your stuff. So it's good to have locks on your doors in any civilized place, I guess.
Did you just mansplain locks?
Hell yeah, I did. There's a website called thekeyarmory.com, and basically what they'll do is they will print you blank keys that look like really cool stuff from cool stuff. So we've got, Master Sword. We've got what is that? That's the is that the sort of Gondor or whatever? What's it called? And then there's a Keyblade, and then my favorite is the Sword of Omens down there, the Eye of Thundara. Obviously, they're kind of tiptoeing around some copyright stuff here, and hopefully we're not totally ruining their whole project. There's also a Zelda Shield one if you're not so into having like sharp stuff in your pocket. But look, they got Sting there. They've got Kylo Ren's weird-looking push pop lightsaber there. But yeah, this is a cool thing. You can go check this out. It's just thekeyarmory.com. Basically, what you do is they print it, they send it to you. They're like what, $12 each, and then you take it down to your local store or whatever. They actually have a machine at my like supermarket where you just jam a key in it, and or the key you're copying, and it like now laser cuts it for you. It's totally stupid, but if you're one of those people who wants to have like interesting keys, there you go. I
like that a lot.
Better than just a keychain.
For sure.
Yeah. What's up?
We're doing good.
I think we're done with stories.
I think we did all of our stories.
we did all of our stories.
Let's talk to the
Wait, hold on. We
community.
got one more story.
What's that?
Check it out. It's Reggie. Yeah.
Yep.
Look
There
at
he
Reggie.
is.
There he is. What do we got? We got no more stories. Sorry, everybody. We're out of stories. We did our show.
That's him looking at the Wii U release calendar.
Yeah, that's a file photo. It's like they showed that at the beginning of the X-Files.
William
Holbert
Holbert on Twitter. Shout out to William Holbert. That's at Holbert. He says the Apple bag does not have a headphone jack. It doesn't.
Yeah.
Hey, there I am. Hey, Father. I've missed you so much.
Come on, scooch on over. Get in. Get over here. Follow him. This is a great new Wii U game coming soon.
Hey everybody, it's me, Reginald Fills-A-Mames, and I have a lot of announcements today. This summer we're releasing Kirby's Buster Ball. That's right, that's a ball you can bust using your favorite pink orb. Coming up next, it's Super Mario's leg patch. He's got a big problem and only a leg patch can fix it.
Hold on.
After that is Yoshi's Wally Wand.
I want to do one. Great. Wait. Where is it? Good. There we go. Wait. There we go.
This is not how that works.
Hello, everybody. It's me, Reggie. Fans of the Nintendog series will be happy to know that the Nintendogs are back, and this time they're swimming with disease. All right. We have a good time here. Yeah. Do we have? What did William Holbert say?
What did you say? What did
William Holbert say on Twitter? What did anybody say?
He said the Apple bag doesn't have a headphone jack.
Oh, that's
and he's
right. I'm sorry. I have the short-term memory of one of those diseased Nintendogs. I saw a funny goof that only Photoshop dorks will get, where it's, oh yeah, Tim Cook takes over Adobe and says, we've gotten rid of the healing brush in Photoshop. And I was like, I get what the joke is.
I just got a press release, which I will read to you. It says, be a douche frog in a chaos climbing simulation. Frog climbers, be a douche frog in a chaos climbing simulation. Frog climbers will launch on October 6th on Steam at $4.89 for a week.
Well, we're playing that in a couple weeks, I guess.
Do you know what a douche frog is?
I don't know what a douche frog is.
Why can't I say douche?
It's French
Stop
for
saying-
shower. Yeah. All right. Yeah, so we got that's our show. We're pretty much wrapping up here. We're just
We're killing it.
We finished it.
We're doing good.
We finished all our homework, and now we get free time at the end of the class.
You know who's really excited about that?
This is Dirty Dogs.
Who's really excited about the show being
Oh
over?
boy, it's Chewbacca,
It's
our
these
favorite,
boys.
everyone's favorite Wookiees.
There they are.
There's the Wookiees.
Anyway, if you want to be as happy as these dirty dogs,
Yeah, if you'd like to see one of these erasers in person, come to the IGN house party that we're having. That's Saturday, October 15th. This is it. You can go to this website. Is it going to come up? Maybe? Look at it! There's that website! We found it! We made it work! Sometimes it's hard to coordinate those things. Yeah, come hang out. Buy tickets there and, let us know if you can make it.